Welcome to the channel and an update on growing our own food. So the greenhouse is going well. The outside vegetable patch, which we built from an old pallet, had a bit of a disaster last night, so I want to go through that first and then we'll move on to the greenhouse. So this is our outside vegetable patch, which, as I said, we built from an old pallet. Everything was going fantastic. So we have lettuce here, moving through to carrots, and not coming through yet are the onions at the end. But as you can see, there is a lot of damage, and this is just one episode, possibly from a cat. So the cat has come in, dug up between the slats and caused quite a bit of destruction. So what we're going to do with this is return it back to where it should be, and then we're going to have to net this, I think, to stop the cats from coming in. Didn't happen last year, so quite a surprise. Possibly a new cat in the area, but if we just leave it, it's just going to do it time and time again. With regard to the greenhouse, everything's going really good. Still got a few spaces left in the greenhouse to plant other things. So we've got one of the melon plants in that bucket. So that was from the honeydew melon we bought from the supermarket and then used the seeds. That's just an experiment for this year, just to see if we can actually grow anything from those. The two cucumber that we've got, so we've got two varieties. One is the long cucumber variety, the other one is a stubby. We've had one full cucumber off the long cucumber variety, and we've also had yesterday a fully grown stubby cucumber, and there are plenty more cucumbers to come off these plants, so they're doing really well. What I think we'll do is I'm going to trail that now along that frame, both of them, see how they go. The lemon tree that I planted a few years ago from just a pip from a shop purchased lemon, I've mentioned in previous videos, I found out they probably won't flower this thing, but we do use the leaves for lemon teas, infusions, that type of thing, and also cooking with. As you can see, it's taken over again, so we have to cut this back because I don't know if you can see, but citrus trees can be quite lethal with the spikes or spines that they produce. So I'm going to cut that back, and I'm going to use the leaves to try and extract some essential oils using cold compress. It's not a system or a process that I've done in the past, so I'm interested to do that, and obviously I will put a video of that process on the Demella YouTube cookery channel. Got some herbs purchased from Aldi, I think 49p each. So we've got parsley, coriander and basil. I'll be taking or cutting those down possibly today or tomorrow, mincing them with a little bit of water and then putting them into ice cube trays and into the freezer. There is a video on the Demella YouTube cookery channel on how to do that, and that then gives us some instant fresh herb flavour when I'm cooking. One of the mini citrus trees which I purchased from Lidl, I think last year, that's continuing to flower and produce fruits. I don't know if you can see that. So this is the orange. The lemon continues to grow well, but it's stopped producing any fruit, so I need to have a look at that. I really bought that lemon to see if we could encourage the large lemon tree to produce something, but that hasn't happened, and now this has stopped flowering as well, so hopefully it'll continue, but we'll have to see. More of those melon plants. Built a little simple frame, so I'm going to trail those up the frame. Be really interesting to see if we get any fruit from those this year. With regard to the tomatoes, they're doing really well, starting to get some flowers and some sets being produced. Because of the way these have grown, so they were very thin with hardly any leaves, the bottom section of the plant, I've actually allowed each plant to split in two at the top, purely because I just want to see if I can get the maximum amount of tomatoes from each plant. Obviously I'll still be removing the shoots that come out from the side of the leaves. We don't want too much plant because then all of the energy of the plant goes into just producing leaves and nothing else. Chilies and peppers doing really well. There is some damage to that one at the back from some form of insect infestation, so I've just sprayed the plants yesterday with an organic spray just to see if I can get rid of that, but it's not too much of a concern. But they're doing really well. And again, the tomatoes on this side, I've allowed them to split in two at the top, and I'm just going through the process at the moment of taking out all of the side shoots that have been allowed to develop a little bit because I just haven't had time to come in here that much. But again, the most important thing is we're starting to see the trusses develop, which is really good. Regarding herbs outside the greenhouse, so we've got some mint that comes up every single year. This particular plant here I think is a blueberry bush. We'll see how that goes. I might plant that on from the bucket into the ground somewhere. We've got this rosemary bush which is getting quite large. I've allowed it to flower because I want to use those purple flowers in a cooking recipe which I'll put on the Demalak YouTube cookery channel. And we've got some sage here. I think it's a Spanish variety. That's doing really well. I'll be doing some essential oil distilling with that particular plant. I've got several of those in different pots, so I think we've got enough to do some essential oils now. Alright, so there you go, just a quick update. Everything's coming along well. Obviously we've had that disappointment of the outside vegetable patch, but we can rectify that today. Please subscribe to the channel, and as usual, if you've enjoyed this particular video, hit that like button. Your support is greatly appreciated. Thank you very much for watching.